Well, here we are after a 6-month hiatus.
Feels like it.
Yeah, it does feel like it. No, man, I had to go get hitched. So, got married. Huh?
Done went off and got married. It's all downhill from here.
So, got married, had the honeymoon, been trying to catch up at work since then. Because, like, I think we talked about this before the show, Troy. Like, COVID is like everybody's out and about now. So, we actually have.
Well, that's really, that's what I try to explain. Is we set the standard where we were doing it every week because we were supposed to be quarantined, but we was bored. So we started a podcast or whatever this is.
Literally, this started because we were bored.
Exactly. I thought he was joking when we came up with it. Really. The first episode I came here, I didn't even think it was real. So, and here we are, episode 12.
Jeremy Mayfield. Come on.
Rocket Man, Ryan Newman.
That's right.
Okay. So, anyways, we're sitting here now, real life's kicking in. And then we're realizing, like, hey, man, shit happens. I mean, I got kids. So, now 2 weeks goes by, we're like, they won't care. But, like, I went out to damn Citrus County Speedway. And I had about 50 people come up to me. I was like, hey, you guys want to put on a new episode? And I was like, I didn't know y'all was watching. You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, there was so many people coming up and asking. And I was like, look, man, we're going to put one out. And I'm glad y'all like this. I really am. Like, it's hard for me to believe that anybody really cares. But I'm glad y'all do. I mean, we've had some pretty cool guests. We got a cool one lined up tonight.
Yep. Got a cool one lined up tonight. So it'll be good tonight, but I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me, or, text, phone call, something, reach out and say that the Shane Meal was their favorite episode. But then when we did Kenny Wallace, everybody was like, nah, that's my favorite one now. So, but I mean, it's good to be back. I'm really, really excited to be doing this again. I don't know if y'all believe this or not. I really like hearing myself talk. So
I 100% believe that.
So
I love talking. I absolutely hate hearing myself talk. I swear I talk a lot, and then I hear myself on this. I'm like, damn, like that's how I sound. I thought I was way cooler than that. I really did. I swear. But here we are.
So we can't go any further without mentioning a sponsor that sticks with us no matter what. This is the best kind of sponsor to have. This is the kind of sponsor that they'll just be like, hey, man, here's some money. And then they don't care if you do a show once a year or once a week or once a day, because they just know that when we put one out, it's going to be good.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Well, and, really, like, if they weren't so busy building motors because of all the business we're bringing them.
Exactly.
Then they would notice that we haven't put out a show. But we've pretty much filled them up for the next 2-3 years. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Brian and Brandon Bull at Raging Bull Racing Engines, they are building, the reason that they're building so many motors right now is a direct correlation of this stupid ass show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. We appreciate the money, and we appreciate you being that kind of sponsor where you're just like, hey, man, here's some money. And then
I feel like we're sponsoring them.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it's working at this point. So
people helping people. That's what this show's about.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting philosophical here.
Hey,
Here we go. So, hey, Raging Bull Racing Engines, getting ready to go to the World 100 next week. Mr. Brian and Brandon Bull, if you need anything to go to the World 100 or anywhere else you may be racing through November, through Thanksgiving, Paradise, Thanksgiving Thunder, wherever you may be going, give them a call. They'll hook you up, make it happen for you, whatever you need. For a good time, call 863-944-4214. And that, my friends, is how you open up a show after you ain't done one in about 11 years.
Well, it's just right around when you have a little bit of a break.
Right.
And then you get the Chili Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And we'll bring that up later.
Okay.
You get the Chili Bowl, you got to knock a little rust off, maybe run into a few folks, get moving.
Right.
And then right around Speed Weeks, February, it starts rolling for you.
Right.
But anyway.
We got fans coming in the door here. No, I'm sorry, sir. No photography. No flash photography, please. Yeah, if you could just put your name on the list, we'll get a hero card out to you. But yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about a little chili bowl action here a little bit later on in the show because I think people are going to like what we got to say. But you mentioned that you went out to Citrus this past week.
I did. Well, first of all, like, shout out Cameron Ray.
Yes.
That dude, I mean, young cat, he stopped his own racing. His family, they took over Citrus County Speedway. And, like, there was a lot of things going into it. You know, the fair board, because they can't actually own it, and they were putting a bunch of money into it, and everybody was kind of skeptical. Let me tell you, I have not seen a short track that packed since the Winter Nationals East Bay, the World Series at New Smyrna. I mean, standing room only.
Right.
It took them 2 hours to do the damn costume selecting. They were giving off $100 an age group, and I was sitting there. I'm like, my kid lost, and the whole way home I let him know how much of a failure he was to the family because he was Dennis the Menace, and I thought he put it together. But, he didn't bring his A game. He wasn't there. There was some kid dressed up like the whole ass Titanic, and he won. But that kid, I could see in his eyes he came to win. My kid did not. But either way.
We got to fix that.
Hey, dude, I don't know. But every class packed. I mean, the pits packed. The grandstands packed. I mean, it was insane. And
right.
I was so excited as a short track fan. I'm like, one, it was a good sign of where we're headed after this whole COVID deal. And two, it was so great to see something like that in Florida, just past summer, still hot outside, because there's a lot of things people can do with their money on a Saturday night in Florida. I mean, you can go to Disney World, you can go to the beach, you can go. There's so many things you can do as a family.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go spend $100, $150 because, it is, $10, $15 a head. You get a family of 4 or 5. Everybody needs a corn dog. Everybody needs some, this.
I want nachos, Daddy.
Oh, come on. I want to check. It's cotton candy. It's $100, $150. I mean, but the beach is free. So, I mean, in Florida, I think that was the big deal is like, there's so many things a family can do that don't cost money, that are enjoyable. Mm-hmm. And auto racing isn't necessarily on the high demand, but to see all those people who worked all week to make that money, take it to the racetrack and spend it on that product, which is short track racing. I was so excited to see that. And the Wheelman Series, they put on a hell of a race. The Legend cars, they were digging. I mean, the whole deal was great to see. And I, like I said, hats off to Cameron Ray and his whole family. They're working hard, and they're putting out a great product here in Florida. Huge fan, Citrus County Speedway.
Yeah, kudos to the Ray family and what they've done and how they've transformed Citrus over the past couple of years. But so our guest was actually out there. Our next guest, I feel like Letterman.
Oh, number 12.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I just drew a blank. Our guest, Brooke Storer, was out there, and I believe she won Wheelman Series most popular driver, right?
Yeah. Well, that's when I realized how many people were exactly there because I didn't know. They had everybody out there for intermission, blah, blah, and they were going through a deal. And when they announced her name, that place erupted.
Really?
And I was just like, now I've known the Storer family. They've been deep in racing in Florida for a long time. They've all raced out at Dirt Devil. They've been deep in late models and mini stocks for a long time. Did not know she had the following.
Yeah.
And I do know that lately I've been noticing because it's a Wheelman Series, and obviously she's a female, but she's been kicking their ass.
And she's leading the points?
I don't know. Every time I see her setting quick time, she got old Jason Boyd from the old Roush Gong show.
So
slinging the wrenches on that thing.
I just want to throw this out there that I don't think Traveling Troy is the most popular driver in Florida anymore.
Absolutely not.
I think it's Brooke Storer.
I didn't know that I ever could have been. Like,
yeah, you probably would.
No.
You got more fans in Indiana than you do Florida. Everybody in Florida hates you.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't mean to be. I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but let's stay focused.
We'll do a whole show on why everybody hates.
But Brooke is a huge hit. I'm just a bad sport. Like, that's just really what that comes down to. But she is a huge hit in the state of Florida. She's a huge hit in the Wheelman Series.
Right.
And I love the fact because, like, I was pulling for Jason Boyd in the Gong Show back in the day. I don't know if you ever watched the Gong Show. Like, when they had all those guys, there was a reality show. Everybody went, and they went to, like, Darlington, a few other places. Like, Jason Boyd could flat wheel, dude. And he's slinging the wrenches on that 9 car, and they're getting it done. Hashtag Boyd Tech, I think they have on the hood there, or the nose. It's on Jason Lester's car, too. There's some old heads that might know who Jason Boyd is. And I guarantee if you came to New Smyrna in the early 2000s, you had to deal with him in a late model.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You had to deal with him.
For sure. So you want to take a quick break and then try to bring Brooke in?
Yeah, we can do it.
All right. So, look, we're going
You
to
act
go.
like I run the show, do you?
I didn't know.
I'm the talent.
You're setting up you're setting up the guest. So we'll take a quick break. We'll reconvene, maybe drink 6 or 7 beers right quick like, and then see if Brooke's ready to come on. And if not, we'll just start another segment and talk some shit. So we'll be right back. Well, we've got Brooke lined up. Miss Brooke Storer is about to come on bench racing. So this is a first for us. First female guest. And
First time caller.
yeah. And it's actually our first local guest in a while. But I would say she's local. I mean, she is, but she isn't. Her popularity's growing.
Hey, worldwide.
Yeah.
No,
Brooke Storer worldwide.
I can tell you this about Brooke. What I've learned in the last year or so is she does definitely have the sickness.
Yeah.
But I mean, the girl's out there working on her stuff every day. And I mean, I'm basing this a lot off of Facebook posts and stuff. But I mean, she's out there. I see a drill in her hand. So I like that shit. But like, no, she's currently in Montgomery, Alabama, racing a truck for a team. She got a call. She was doing that Rev Racing deal. She's bouncing around. Definitely turning some heads.
Right.
And I love seeing anybody from Florida do their thing, especially somebody who is a Dirt Devil Speedway representative.
Exactly.
Like myself, Eric Amarola, Devin Dixon. I mean, there's some cats out there from Dirt Devil representing.
Yeah.
And I love Brooke Storer is a product of Dirt Devil Speedway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, go ahead, give her a call.
Let's call her up.
Hello?
Can you hear us this time?
I can now.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, finally. We had some technical difficulties. We're not very smart when it comes to all this kind of
We
stuff.
don't read much
Oh,
books.
it's all good.
Well, Brooke Storer, you are on bench racing with Brian Danforth and Troy DeCaire. So I understand you are in Alabama right now?
Yes, I'm at Montgomery. We just finished up testing here.
Nice. What are you testing up there?
A pro truck. We're going to race tomorrow for the Show Me the Money 40.
Oh, nice. So
I like my former track record holder at Montgomery. Come on.
Oh my God. He's he's plugging himself here. So let's talk a little bit about, I mean, most people obviously that are local are going to know who you are. But for those of our whole 8 fans that don't live in Florida, let's talk a little bit about where you came from. We obviously both know that you came from we talked about it before you came on the show, you're a Dirt Devil Speedway product. And just talk a little bit about, how you started and how you got to where you're at, coming through mini stocks and all that good stuff.
Yeah, like you said, Dirt Devil, that's where it all started. I was probably 7 or 8. We started racing out there weekly, and I think that's where I got a lot of my knowledge from. I mean, Sam Rodriguez, everybody out there, growing up watching people like you out there at Dirt Devil Speedway taught me a lot when I was young. So pretty much we ran out there and all over really the southeast with go-karts until I was about 12. And at 12, we moved up into pro truck out at DeSoto Speedway and Orlando Speed World. And at 14, we went super late model racing. So pretty much from there, we've stayed with the stock car stuff, and we've got about 8 track championships now. And last year I did the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program out of North Carolina for Rev Racing. And now this year, and the past few years actually, we've been focused a lot on the Wheelman series. So luckily that's been taken off. Sorry about that. And luckily that's been taken off really well. We did really well this season in the Wheelman with, I think, 4 or 5 wins now out of 10 races. So we move on to next week, and that'll close out that deal, and hopefully we can keep moving up the ranks next year with supers and pros. Nice.
So you're pretty high up in points, if not leading the Wheelman points?
We're leading the Wheelman points, except they have a drop now. Even though I think 4 or 5 races got canceled due to the COVID, they're still dropping a race, unfortunately. So after the drop, we'll end up 3rd. But as of right now, we are leading it without the drop.
Okay.
And the Wheelman series is a little strange. I mean, this last weekend, they had a deal where they ran 33 laps, they inverted the field, ran 33 laps, inverted the field, run 33 more laps, and then it came down to the highest average finisher won. The guy who won actually never led a damn lap, and it blew my – I call me an old school traditionalist, but I love a short track event when the guy who wins crosses the line. So there was 3 folks who crossed the line first in a segment that thought they might have won something. And it turns out they didn't win shit. So like the Wheelman series kind of blows my mind. But what I do see with you in that is you keep setting quick time. I mean, you're steady the fastest car in that series. Is that correct?
Yeah, my car's been really good this year thanks to my dad and Jason Boyd at Boyd Technology. And we've racked up quite a few fast time awards this year. And this past weekend with the High Kick 99, it is very confusing because I finished second in the first 2 segments, got inverted, I think, after the first segment back to about 20th, drove back up through the field to finish second. And then the 3rd segment came around, and it's difficult when they're inverting people that qualified a second and a half behind us to the front. So when you're trying to come back up through the field, quite a few things happened, and we ended up crushing the air box about halfway through the 3rd segment, running about 5th. And unfortunately, we had to come in and pit, open that back up, and we tried coming back through the field, and we crushed the finish line, and I had no idea where I'd finished. And
nobody had any idea. It took them about 45 minutes to figure out who won the damn thing.
Yeah, no, so
I was sitting in the damn. I was so excited because I mean I knew like you and Devin, and we had I've watched that Jason Lester, and because Schofield, I've been following the series, and I was like messaging people. I'm like, so who won? Like, so it wasn't just you. Like, shit, nobody knew who won that thing.
Nobody knew.
But I mean, shout out the Wheelman series for trying something there. Like, and yeah. I mean, I hear it, and we'll touch on that with the NASCAR playoffs and all that shit later. But what I have noticed, like I said, is you're steadily at the top of that, and it's got to be kind of cool to be a female at the top of the Wheelman series.
Yeah, a lot of people joke about that. We've even, my mom actually made a trophy to add, or something to add on to a trophy that says the Wheel Woman series. But yeah, I get a lot of jokes about that. But I mean, it definitely is cool. There's a lot of good drivers in the series. It's a lot of fun to go out there and compete with most of those guys. And they really do a good job with that series of just running it at 417, Citrus County. We've been in New Smyrna this year. So they do a really good job of putting on a good show and making everybody happy.
So you said there's one more race left?
Yes. Next weekend at 417, I think they just made it a 75-lapper to close out the season.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they've been damn near getting 30 cars. I mean, and there's some money in that. A lot of guys who used to run supers are running that. I mean, there's some heavy hitters. You see, like I said, Devin, Jeff Schofield. I don't know a bunch of those guys. But the core guys that I do know, I mean, they're no slouch, and they bring some stuff together. And I mean, I think it's cool seeing. You brought up Jason Boyd. Now, I became a Jason Boyd fan back at the Gong Show, in 2005.
Yes.
And shortly after that, because I mean, he's kind of got a no bullshit attitude. and
Absolutely.
If he was a little bit more politically correct, we'd probably be watching him on Saturdays or Sundays right about now. Because in the early 2000s, I mean, the dude was a problem. in the super late model. I mean, if you want to show up New Smyrna in the early 2000s, you were getting your ass whipped by Jason Boyd. Now, how did Brooke Storer and Jason Boyd come together?
It's actually crazy. So one of my good friends, Cheyenne Mathers, he was her crew chief out in New Smyrna for a long time, and pretty much about 2 years ago now, I met all of them, and me and Jason started talking and figured we wanted to work with each other, and it's been nothing but greatness ever since then. Really, like to be honest, like you said, Jason has the no bullshit attitude, and he is very good at what he does, very good spotter, driver coach, the whole 9 yards. And I think that our program has stepped up a lot since I've been working with him.
I mean, there is no way a program can get worse with someone like Jason Boyd. I mean, the guy gets it done on the racetrack. I mean, he was very much like the intimidator. When he drove, I mean, he was a hard nose. I watched him in New Smyrna a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watched him come through like Brad May and Rogers and those guys. I mean, he was get down, and like I said, he didn't care how you felt about him.
Yeah.
And I loved his whole style.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost track of him where he was at and everything. And then I didn't notice him again until I saw the hashtag Boyd Tech on the nose of the 9 and started seeing some, and like, because he's a low key guy now.
Yeah.
He's very, very low key now. But obviously he has stayed in tune with the machine. He stayed in tune with the, the innovations of late models and sportsmen alike. And like, I mean, the guy's still got it going on. You have to feel confident when you line up and you got a guy like Jason Boyd in your corner.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes he'll come up to me in staging before qualifying or anything. He's like, "What time are you gonna run?" And I'll name off the time, and he's like, "I don't know. I really don't know what this car's gonna do." It's like, "Oh come on, man, you know better than that."
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, Brooke. Where is your, just for the folks who don't know, and I don't even know these days, like where is your operation based out of? Like where are you living? Where's your shop at?
Lando Lakes, Florida.
Okay, so you're still up in the Dirt Devils stomping grounds.
Yeah, actually, so about 5 years ago, I actually moved closer to Dirt Devil Speedway because we were based out of Zephyr Hills. And honestly, I think I'm about 10 minutes from Dirt Devil Speedway now. I drive by there all the time.
Sweet. So you're basically you're at the shop is that correct? You're at the shop during the day, during the week, or do you got something else going on? Or
no, this is my full-time job. Pretty much just racing every week. I mean, I've been doing it now for about 3 or 4 years. Like last year I lived in North Carolina, did the Drive for Diversity program. So I was back, I think I made 22 trips or something crazy between pro late models, the late model stocks with Rev, and my wheelman car, just back and forth to Florida, all over South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. And yeah, pretty much this has just been my full-time job for about 3 or 4 years now.
did you ever think when you were running Purple Plate at 10 years old that you'd be racing for a living?
Absolutely not. I knew it was always my dream, but we know how hard it is in this racing industry to actually be able to do this. And every day is an absolute blessing for me to be able to get to do what I love. And just, I mean, me and my dad, my mom, just hanging out in the shop on every night. And dad gets home from working his 8-hour job and he comes out there and helps me on the wheelman car. I mean, that's what makes it so much fun. It makes these wins so enjoyable because we still do it as a family. We still have, I mean, Jason Boyd's a part of the family. We keep it as such a close team that, I mean, those wins just make it are just that much better.
Right. And now, when you touched on the Rev thing, now everybody knows how everybody signs up for that, blah, blah, blah. You get selected as a finalist, you get narrowed down. So once you were selected, and then you went and ran the late model stock and the stuff you ran for Rev, like how did that process go? And then, like, where did it, like, the start and end? Like, tell us about that process. Like, so they break it down. You get selected to the point where you get to racing at late model stocks. So, and I believe you had a little bit of success there, right?
Yeah, we did fairly well with all that. And I think the big thing that came from it was honestly just traveling to different racetracks that I had never been to before. I've never even seen before. I mean, I might see them on iRacing or something, but when we were traveling every week and learning all these new racetracks, I would just show up, wing it, and I think being able to do that, coming back down to Florida, made Citrus County Speedway, Auburndale, New Smyrna that much easier because I was like, okay, this worked here at South Boston. It's a little bit familiar to this place. Okay, we'll put two and two together. And I think that's the biggest thing that I took away from Rev.
Yeah, absolutely. So now when you get to the point of your end of your time at Rev, was there like an ultimatum, a crossroads, or how was the split there? Like, I mean, not necessarily this might be a comfortable question, but like, tell us how that goes. Like, were they wanting you to proceed, but like needed money, or how does that breakdown go?
I mean, I can't really say, but I mean, I was more looking forward to coming home and racing for me and my family.
I
again.
got you.
Right.
I got you. So, I mean, definitely, I understand. I completely go into new tracks, new places, and when you're racing week in and week out, and then you pop back to a place that you've been to a million times, but you now have some outside experience. It changes and it slows things down, and that is huge. I believe from when people are like, well, why do you waste your time running, nationals or running this, focus on that or local racing and then climate. It's like being exposed to new things, exposed to new tracks, new competition, places you don't know. When you go into somewhere, like, because when you line up at Citrus for the Wheelman Series, for instance, okay, this guy's fast, this is the time I need to run, I need to be here. Your goal is very in sight, narrowed in. When you show up in South Boston, place you've never been, team you've never been with, you probably don't know who the hell's there because there's also a bunch of new talent. Yeah. You go there and you need to go put your best product forward. So, like, it opens you up as a race car driver, and you don't realize how narrow-minded or like the horse blinders you get put on as a driver on a weekly basis until you are exposed to that. And then once you are, it's this euphoric thing. It's really weird, I believe. And then, like I said, you get exposed to that, and now you start doing things as a driver that you've never done. And then when you come back home, you go back and you will attack something you've done 100 times, totally different. And I appreciate you saying that because I love that aspect of racing. I really do. Because people don't understand you are who you race against, and you are the competition you're around. And like the Wheelman Series is packed, but you can get complacent doing the same thing over and over again. But those little experiences you're talking about, people don't understand that they don't see the value in them until you do them. And I appreciate that you've taken the value from that and then brought it back here, and you are flexing that in the Wheelman Series. I think that's great. So now you are the Wheel Woman Series. And you are firmly in control of that as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen lately. So what's next for Brooke Storer?
Yeah, what's your 2021 plans, Brooke?
Pretty much we're just at the point now where we're trying to find funding to go pro and super racing. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do right now, especially with still the virus going on, the election happening. So I'm hoping here fairly soon we can close out some deals as long as we find the funding. But, I mean, pretty much we'll still be racing no matter what, and hopefully we can just keep climbing the ladder, though.
Okay, but real quick, who'd you vote for?
Oh, God.
Can we talk about that?
Oh, my God. Please.
That's what bench racing's about. Let's talk that shit. I want to know who you voted for. Did you vote for Kanye? I knew it. She voted for Kanye.
You voted
Kanye, yes.
You voted for Kanye West?
Got it.
Hey, me too. Shit.
I tell you what. You know what? After this interview, you know who I'd vote for?
Eminem.
Brooke Storer.
Brooke Storer. Okay. So
it was funny. I was actually going to get T-shirts made that said Storer Boyd 2021.
Well, it's a funny thing.
Hey, I'll vote for Jason.
It's a funny thing that you say you need T-shirts made because we just so happen to be filming this show right in a T-shirt shop. So, and now that the election's over, we can move on from that. We can do Brooke Storer Racing shirts. We'll talk. I'll send you a message on the old book face.
I was really going to try not to make this too political. But I mean,
yeah, I figured I just wouldn't even comment on that.
Hey,
subject.
You did good. You learned a little bit at Rev. I could tell. So, I mean, this is a very non-political or like politically correct show, but you're doing a solid job. So, anyways, we're trying to look for funding. We're trying to do something. But where do you see yourself? Okay, so right now you're racing for a living, okay? And you know the far-fetched deal is NASCAR. Like, that's obviously that's the light at the end of the tunnel. But like I said, that doesn't happen, right? What's your goal in racing? Because everyone's goal, like when I was first moved to Indianapolis, right? And I was driving, I spent 11 years there and bouncing around. I came to a point where I was like, it didn't matter to me about, everyone considers making it is when you get NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever.
Right.
But to me, making it is if you can wake up every day and racing is your job. So, like, there's plenty of guys Stephen Nasse.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys who make Bubba Pollard, who race car is their job. You don't know them on Sunday, but that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if Brooke Storer doesn't land in NASCAR, like, what is your goal, or like, what is your sight on how you see your career? Like, what's your plan to make race car your job?
Pretty much, you already said it. I mean, to me, Bubba Pollard's living the dream. I mean,
That's right.
That's it. That would be my absolute dream, to just race super late models for a living. I mean, it'd be cool to make it at trucks, but I mean, my heart's in the short track industry.
No, that's a great. I mean, and it's plausible. That is completely a realistic goal.
Yeah. Now, Brooke, for those at home listening, and also just for me, because I'm in my old age, I'm forgetting how much older I am than you. So how old are you right now?
22.
So you're 22. So you. Well, I wish I was still 22.
This is like Taylor Swift song. I mean,
yeah. No. So I mean, plenty of time. You've already done. And the good thing about it, Brooke, is you've already had some, Charlotte, Mooresville experience. Rev racing. So you've been around the block. I mean, at the very least, you've been up there. You've met some people. I'm sure you've met some important people, and obviously you know this, but just you don't want to burn any of those bridges. You want to keep all that close to the belt, because at some point you might need to dial up that phone number, and you might need a right rear tire, or you might need a shot. You know what I'm saying? You just want to keep all that, but it's good for you that at such a young age you've already been there, and now you're back. But you never know where that road's going to lead you.
You don't want to stay back. I mean, yeah, you make a move.
Yeah.
Sometimes things don't work out, but like, there's a lot of things in life with business and stuff. People try 2, 3, 4 times. Like, if it don't work the first time, that don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be super real. And actually, I'll be real for you. Rev Racing necessarily hasn't produced a lot of products outside of people who've already had established money to begin with. So, like, saying that is making it and then coming back, I don't know that. I say you take that as an experience, you come back. But what I do know, or the little bit I've learned, is so Brooke Storer is not only a driver, you do work on your own stuff, correct?
Yeah, I pretty much do all the fabrication on my personal car, and then Dad and Jason will take care of the whole driveline stuff.
Oh, fabric. So Brooke can weld? Is that what you're telling me?
I can weld, yeah.
That's right.
Surprisingly.
Look at that. All right. Hey, that's good. Hey, I know a lot of dudes who can't weld.
Yeah.
So
Troy.
Hey, no, I can. when I learned to weld, I got real good at grinding. Okay, because I can fix it up real nice. Like, if you need like a fender welded on a lawn trailer because it's on the underneath side, I can do that. Okay. Like, if you need some chromoly tubing, I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
because it's just not that. I don't lay dimes. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I like that you say you take. So, do you have anybody that you'd like to take this time right now to thank who's helping you currently where you're at? I mean, obviously it's a very family oriented deal, which like most of us short track racers are. And you have Jason Boyd. You're doing your own thing, but you've got to have some outside help. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Mainly my dad, Jason Boyd, those two, they put everything into that race car to make it good for those Wheelman Series races. So huge thank you to them. Everybody at Air One, York, they've come on board probably within the past 2 months to help us finish out this season. So them. I've been working with Hype Motorsports, and hopefully that'll keep moving forward. And yeah, I mean, Eagle Steel's been with me for a couple of years now, so a lot of people think outside of just my close team. So without all of them, this wouldn't be possible.
Now, Brooke, if people are, if they hear this and they want to get in contact with you, if, maybe a partnership, possibility comes up, how can people reach you?
Yeah, pretty much Facebook, Brooke Storer Motorsports. That's the main page to go to on there. Instagram, I think it's Brooke_S9, and then Twitter is Brooke Storer9. I mean, you can pretty much reach me at any of those. So yeah, partnership would be great right about now, especially looking into next year.
That's right.
Yeah.
So okay, now this wouldn't be bench racing, right?
God.
If we didn't put a little bit of sauce on it, right? So like now we talked to Michael Goddard and we made him uncomfortable. We talked to Nasty, didn't have a problem telling us. So with you being a female, being super successful right now, definitely flexing on a lot of these guys now. Grown men. It's not just a young kid, young boys out there. These are grown men in the Wheelman Series.
Right.
Now, when Brooke Storer lines up in the Wheelman Series, who is it that she's out there someone who's giving you the shit? Who's out there like just pressing on you like, we ain't gonna let this chick beat us? Just making your life a little bit too hard. You're like, man, I really don't care about that guy a whole lot. Who's out there in the Wheelman Series pressing on Brooke? You're just like, listen, dude, quit messing with me.
That might have to be my new teammate.
Who's that?
Jason Lester.
Shit.
That seems to be a reoccurring theme in this whole damn show. I've never met Jason Lester, but I can't wait. I swear to God, I can't wait.
I've met him a couple of times, and all I could tell you is when he walked away, I was speechless.
Really? That seems to be about right.
We'll do that. Yeah.
I feel like she went with a safe answer there because, I feel like.
Well, no. See, Brooke had the perfect setup there. She had the safe answer, but it doesn't seem like a lie because everybody's going to say Lester. Like, we've already had people on the show that said Lester.
You know as well as I know, because I guarantee you, if I was lining up against Brooke Storer, I'd be pissed. And I'm telling you right now, she'd have I don't give a shit if we're running 8th. She'd have a hard time because I'm like, listen, this is gonna be 8. I ain't running 9th to no Brooke Storer. I ain't having no chick. So like, it's got to be a lot harder for her. Like she knows. And now every time you turn around, she's quick time. Now she's most popular driver. The whole fans are going crazy. People are getting sick of hearing that shit. Okay, people don't want to hear that. They don't. First of all, I'm getting beat by a girl. Now they're making it public. Okay, now they're having a damn American Idol fan off and picking her as the popular driver. So she's Chase Elliott out here now, and I'm doing like hell. No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna left rear this son of a bitch right now. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like you know what I mean? Like so. Hey, hats off to you, Brooke, because I know you taking some shit out there. You going babyface for us right now because you're still trying to work, and I appreciate that. But I know deep down that's got to be something when you're out there and you're like, that's right, you got beat by a girl, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny, that most popular driver thing that happened Saturday, Troy. I know you were there and you heard it. Those guys standing next to me were pretty salty.
Hey, they were. There was some high sodium content. Like they were upset because seriously, I didn't know what was going on. I'm trying to navigate my kids through to get ready for the trick or treat, and all of a sudden, like Brooke Storer, the place went nuts. I was like, holy shit! Like there was a lot of people there, but there's 98% of them were Brooke Storer fans.
Yeah,
that's got to make you feel good, Brooke.
Yeah, definitely. There was still some boos out there, but I mean, at least they're still making noise, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, that's the most Kyle Busch answer you could give. I love it. I love it.
Either.
Hey,
I can't believe I just said that.
You know, Babe Ruth always said, "Boos come from the cheapest seats." No.
Hey, ain't no such thing as bad publicity.
No, it's all good. So, anyways, hey, Brooke, we appreciate you taking time. Good luck at Montgomery. Hopefully. Hey, how'd you do today, by the way, in that truck?
Pretty good. It was nice to get back in one. I mean, I haven't been in one in a while, so the thing drove awesome. I love the racetrack, so look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a pretty get down half mile. It's kind of flat, kind of deceiving. Like not exactly a true oval shape. It's a cool little joint out there.
Had you ever seen the place till today, Brooke?
Not until today.
I love it. I love it. You know what? It's going to be even sweeter when she's on the front stretch tomorrow, holding up the big check.
Hey, yeah, we're going to need you to park that so we can catch some views off that.
Yeah.
We're going to piggyback off Brooke Storer this week.
Yeah, Brooke Storer, make sure you share this on your social media whenever we get it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no.
Hey, now one last thing. I know that obviously last week Troy told me before the show at Citrus, he said when they said your name, you know, it was just a place erupted, right? If somebody's in the grandstands and they want a Brooke Storer shirt or a Brooke Storer hat, how do they need to message one of your social media pages for that? Or do you only sell that track side, or how can they do that?
Yeah, you can go to my website, brookestorestore.com, and order off of there. And at each race, there should be a booth set up, especially at Citrus. I mean, pretty much every Citrus race will have stuff on hand. But yeah, the easiest way during the week, go to brookestorestore.com, and we'll get you hooked up.
You know you're official when you got your own website.
Yeah, brookestorestore.com.
It ain't even just brookestore.com. It's Brooke Storer Store. You got a whole separate website for your store. Brooke, we love you. We appreciate it. This is pretty cool. A bunch of Dirt Devils kids just kicking it around. So I hadn't seen you. I hadn't seen you in a long time. So, but hopefully I'll catch one of them wheelman races soon. I know some cats out there running. I've been saying I'm going to get to one, but I haven't. But I'm going to catch one soon. But if I don't see you in person anytime soon, good luck the rest of the year. Good luck through the winter and next year. And I will shoot that message to you, and we'll talk a little business.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Brooke, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
See you. So that was Brooke Storer.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. Surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because in my head, she is still like, wearing a little Dirt Devil jacket, like 10-year-old, her and her brother out there racing. Like, because I mean, her dad is an accomplished racer. Her uncle is a very accomplished racer. Like, sound like a damn grown ass woman right there. And
She is. We're just old.
We are old. I've been seeing her, like I said, Facebook from afar, watching her. I'm putting it down this whole season here. Wasn't real sure. Didn't know a whole lot about it, but she is actually with Jeff Schofield and a few others brought me as a fan to the Wheelman series, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's a product of Florida. Out there. I mean, pounding the pavement, trying to find a way to make racing a job. I love it. I love it because there's too many candy ass kids out there riding daddy's paycheck, showing up.
Might as well tie a kerosene rag around their ankles.
So yeah, don't want them ants crawling up there eating her candy ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she's out there, she's welding.
Yeah.
I mean, running a rivet gun, like doing all kinds of shit out there. Like, I handle all the fabrication. She says, like, I handle the fabrication. I leave the driveline shit to my dad and Jason. But
yeah,
don't worry.
When I go to the racetrack with Troy, he's like, my seat's too tight, and my headrest. I need a water bottle in my fire suit.
Comfort is speed, son. Okay, so I'm big on that. You hear me? So this ain't about me, okay? We're talking about Brooke right now. I'm saying she's out there. She's out there running a Lincoln Welder, doing her deal, and I appreciate that. Okay, Miller, I don't know what you like because I see that shit, but I'm saying
Lincoln
Welder because of Phantom Racing Tech. Right? But like, if you watch YouTube, Miller Welder is the only way to go between that whole debacle. But either way, she's like, I had a little fabrication. I'm like, I dig that shit because I can tell you this: I spent a little bit of time on a late model team. And there's way too many fucking rivets. There's way too much. Every time you come in, they want a body hammer. They want some shit. I'm all like, no. I do shocks. Like, they're like, oh, no, but drill this, do that. But like,
hey, what'd you say you're going to do if somebody ever pisses you off a dirt late model?
Dude, if I run a late model, I can tell you. Pavement, dirt, anything. If somebody messes with me,
you going to cannonball?
I'm a cannonball their deck. Because I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact that is 16, 20 hours. They are going to think about me till Thursday. They're going to be worried. Hey, be like, oh, you can get out and punch them. They forget about that. Couple $100 fine, blah, blah, blah. Dust your hands, roll off. No, dude, if a guy cannonballs your deck, Hey, now your roof's moved, everything. None of the templates fit. None of the stuff. Hey, they can all whip my ass. My black eye will be healed by the time they get that fucking deck fixed. I can tell you that. Let me run a late model and somebody mess with me. Their whole deck's done. I'm gonna jump in there like it's Sandlot, and we're all running in the pool and hopping ass out. Like you're gonna think I'm who's the catcher, Hamilton Porter. Like I'm cannonball, boom. Like guy Toledo on that video throws through the windshield. That's rookie shit. You go to the passenger side, bang. You drop a people's elbow on the passenger side, and then you throw in the bird and you walk out and let the officials hold you back. You'd be like, yeah, that's right. Nobody's touched me.
Yeah.
Hey, but guess what? Thursday, they're still over there. God, I hate that DeCaire boy. Yeah, that's right. Keep fixing that deck, baby. Interior sheet metal and all. I'm going to fuck that up.
Well, listen, we got to go to break. The air is off in here, and I cannot take it. Oh, my God.
Hey, it's hot. Hey.
God, it's hot.
Hey, shout out Brooke Storer. Great interview. Like I said, super impressed. I mean, she kept it together. Threw a little bench. I think I heard a cuss word. I mean, she was out there like kept it candid for the old bench racing boys because she knows how we are, a little slapstick. We're out there. Hey, product of our own Bay Area. Like she's doing her thing. Super proud. Like I thought when I said, hey, I brought her up, I didn't know a lot about her with words. You know what I mean? I see the results, but didn't know a lot about the words. She can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah.
Hey, I dig it. I dig it.
So we got some more topics that we're going to go to break real quick. We're going to turn the fucking air on, and we'll be right back. Uh-oh. Three, two. If we don't like it, let's do it again. Oh, 3, 2.
That's my favorite thing about the show.
So one more time, we just want to thank Miss Brooke Storer for coming on with us tonight, taking the time while she's up there in Montgomery.
She did her thing.
Alabama.
She did her thing.
Yeah, she did good.
Really?
Yeah, she knows what to say, what not to say. But, you know, it's not always good to be just dumbasses like us.
No, I mean, I'm just, like I said.
Hey, look,
From
she's trying to race for a living, and she...
Yeah, this was not a good move for her.
Yeah,
this is a bad look. Hey,
at the 38-minute and 14-second mark on bench racing, you said this.
So from what I can tell, her only bad move in her motorsports career so far is coming on this show. I mean, she's been doing everything right up until this,
and then we talked her into coming on this shit.
But she did her thing. Like I said, this girl's got the sickness.
Got to say,
and bro, she's out there. I'll handle the fabrication, Paul. I got that. Hey, Jason Boyd, stay in the truck. I'll weld this up. Like she's handling that, and I'm like, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah,
I do, dude. Girl did her thing.
She did, and you know, she spoke about COVID, and that kind of ties back into what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, where we kind of started this show during COVID, but. Like you said, you were at Citrus last weekend, and it seems like,
packed.
You know, it's packed. And
they weren't worried about COVID.
They weren't worried about COVID.
Not a damn bit.
And you said Chili Bowl just put out
Chili Bowl just announced like 2 days ago. They're gonna do the Chili Bowl, which is awesome. It's like, I'm telling you, I tell everybody, I'm like, if you could do anything, and I've been fortunate in my life, open wheel, fenders, whatever, like there's some marquee events and Snowball Derby coming, like the World 100, late model, the Dream, Kings Royal, Knoxville Nationals, Little 500, Chili Bowl. I'm like, those are the, like, if you can do it, I mean, to me, that's up there with like Le Mans, Daytona. Like, if you get a chance, and I've had like, I always harp on like, I didn't make it, I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. But, man, I got to do some cool shit. Like, I've run 3 or 4 Chili Bowls myself and been to the Knoxville Nationals, been to World 100, been to the Little 500, been to the Snowball Dirt, like, fan or driver with all those. And, like, dude, Mecca. And, like, the fact that, like I said, we saw what we saw this Saturday night at Citrus, beautiful. Like, that's a sign that we're heading towards, like, a little bit of normalcy.
Right.
And then 2 days later, them announcing, hey, the Chili Bowl's on. I'm like, okay, so racing gods are still digging. Like, we're out there. Like, Chili Bowl, if they cancel the Chili Bowl, to me, that's like canceling Christmas. Like, they might as well. I've missed the last 2 as a spectator. I participated in 4 of them consecutively, and then I was there as a spectator for the last 2, and then I missed 2. But it's like, if it wasn't on in January, like, what the hell are you doing with your life? Like, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, that's always kind of like, so for me, excuse me, November is Go-Kart World 100 and Governor's Cup here in Florida. And then December is Snowball. And then January is Chili Bowl. And I know, like, from the Chili Bowl, I'm like, we're a month away from the 500. Like, so if we didn't have a Chili Bowl, I'd be sitting there from the Derby to the 500. Like,
no, I mean,
what the hell?
that is very realistic. I mean, to me, it seems like if you are a short track racing fan, you would go Derby, Chili Bowl, Winter Nationals. Like, that's it. Like, now if they didn't have those, oh my God, like, what would you do? Like, and even if you're not there, like, what would you watch? And like, but the fact that, like I said, January 2021, there's going to be a Chili Bowl. So to me, there is some light at the end of the tunnel for us as race fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, you've raced it, what, 4 times?
I have.
2011 was the crazy ass story, right?
Shit, I mean, don't ask me years, but like,
I think it was.
But there's, sure.
Because JR was there, so I think it was 2011.
Man, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then, but you haven't, how long has it been since you raced the Chili Bowl?
So I'm going to say 15 was my, so if it was 11, yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I don't know. Shit.
It's probably been 5 years since you raced the Chili Bowl?
4 or 5 years, yeah. Yeah, I ran for Dave Roberts. I ran the 2 car. I want to say that's 14 or 15, yeah, something like that.
That was the gold, like black and gold too,
It was
wasn't it?
all carbon, black number 2, and just had a red outline.
Did
all
you drive one with some gold on it one year or something?
No, I ran the first year I ran for Jake Slotin out of Wisconsin. Then I ran some other bullshit we don't talk about. And then I ran a car that was teamed with Jody Rosenblum. Was teamed with J.J. Yaley. And then the Dave Roberts car. So, yeah, those are the 4 years. But no, that was a green car, a red car.
I remember the 2, though, because that 2 is on your toolbox.
Yeah. No, the Roberts family, they were good to me. That was a good ride. I consecutively got worse. Like, when I started off good, because I seemed to have this preconceived notion that I'd be all right, but like I tried too hard that year. Man, I had a good car. If somebody who knew what they were doing was driving that car, we was on.
It takes talent to run the top.
No, it takes no talent to run top. That's why I'm good at the top.
It's talent to run the bottom. I'm sorry.
You got to run the lift, hit the brake, drive. Like, it's the wheel, the pedal, both. Like, the top's easy because you just get up there and it's just, as long as there's if there's a top, I'm a dirt racer. If there is a top, I'm a dirt racer. It's just when it goes slick and there's a bottom, and then you gotta finesse 2 pedals, this, that, drive, steer, point. Come on, man. When it's hammered down and there's a lip, that's daddy. I'm there. I like that shit. But see, that's why I got so lucky my first year. I was heat race 1.
Yeah.
Or heat race 2, something like that. And it was like track was still soup. So it was like, it was Diggstown. And like, that's where I was okay. But no, dude, Chili Bowl, I'm telling you, if you've never been, goddamn, you got to go. because watching it is awesome. Everybody who watches it loves it, right? But when you go, just being there is a whole nother deal.
Yeah.
Experiencing it, and then racing in it, competing in it, another deal. And then you will soon slowly grasp why 380 idiots show up for 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that race should pay 150, 200 grand for the amount of money it brings. But like, nobody gives a shit about the money. You go in there just to be like, hey man, you trying to be the baddest ass dude that week.
Yeah.
Well, that day, and then once you get through that day, then you worry about that week.
About
you gotta
Saturday.
Yeah. Because shit, on your day, you got 82, 85, maybe 90 guys now you got to deal with to get through your day to worry about Saturday.
Right.
Dude.
So you've raced it 4 times, and it's been probably 5 years. And I know when we fired off bench racing.
Oh, yeah.
We
know what you're doing here.
We fired it off. What?
No,
Let me talk.
Because you want to go.
Let me talk. Hey, let Daddy talk.
Come on.
So we fired it off, and that show was actually a pretty big hit.
I hear a lot. Do people talk? You said same meals are favorite.
That chili bowl story is funny.
It's pretty funny.
So
it is pretty funny.
And that was your
but
first
it's real
year.
life.
Yeah, that was your first year running it. So, we fired it off with that, and I've been on you like off the show throughout the year. Like, yo, are you running the chili bowl or not? Because I can't just, as much as I want to be a gypsy, I'm not a gypsy. I can't say now. 8 years ago, I'd be like, "Hey, we're racing to Paradise this weekend." Oh, okay, boom, I'm gone. Now
you got that ring down. You got that weight down.
No, I got this place that we're sitting in, and I can't just be like, "Hey, man, we're going to Chili Bowl for a week." I'm like, that's like 2 days from now, right? Like I got to know in advance.
Dude, my first Chili Bowl was a month before, and then the second Chili Bowl I knew like a week before.
Yeah,
dude. Hey, wait till you go, man. I'm telling you.
So what I'm getting at is, I've been on you throughout the year. Are we going? Are we going? I need a plan. So I'm throwing this to you right now, live. Let me make sure that.
Well, it's not live.
Pre-recorded. The camera's rolling. I just had to check. The camera's rolling. Are we going to the? Do you have an opportunity? But last time I asked you, said I got to make some phone calls. Do you have an opportunity to go run the Chili Bowl?
I do.
In 2021.
Yeah, I talked to 2 or 3 cats. But now, very, very, very fortunate for me. My first 4 Chili Bowls experience here, I have not paid a dime. So, which is cool as hell.
Yeah.
And super rare because there's so many people renting cars. And then that's the other part of it is like, you got to be able to have somebody rent you a car and then have enough money. But yeah, no, I've had some people that I was talking to. I was like, hey man, if I want to make a stab at this again, yada yada yada. But yeah, I mean, dude, for me to come up with $5-6 grand to go run the Chili Bowl, it's a little tough because I want to do it, right?
Yeah,
dude, it's great. I'd be lying. Like, I've had opportunities to run Chili or Little 500. Turn them down because I've run that 11 or 12 times and I'm getting old. Yeah. Like a little burnout on that race. But
that's a whole nother topic.
I can baby face about Chili Bowl, but like, it's a Catalina wine mixer, dog. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I want to make bank, bro. Like, I want to run. So I would love to. Now, to put something together to do that, now, I've talked to my current car owner and a few other people. I was talking to Zach Dom just a couple weeks ago, on what it would take. Because Zach Dom, he's got Toyotas. He's got his cars. And he builds beautiful race cars. I mean, he wins damn near every other year in his prelim 9. He's got guys he puts in the top 5, 3. I mean, he's got the shit to do it. And I was like, if I went back to Chili Bowl, I'd like to go with guys who were zeroed in and do some stuff. I mean, it's money, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah. So, we have a little bit of a platform here now.
You have a platform here now. Let's hear it.
What is it going to take? What do we need? Was that number that you just said accurate?
It's about $5 or $6 grand.
Okay. And that's crash clause, tires, fuel.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the whole deal.
That's the whole deal.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you want to run a top-tier car.
A Keith Coons car.
Yeah, it's 10, 15 grand.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's Clausen Marshall probably doing the same. Zach Dom, like I said, I was talking to him. I want to say he was 5,500, something like that. And his shit went. And he said he would run me. So, that's the other thing is getting a guy who's got a top-tier car and then see if they'd run me. But, I mean, it's going to take a lot more Raging Bull Racing. I don't know what you're talking about. I mentioned the Kansas State thing.
Here. Let's try to put something together.
Okay, you come up with $5,500, I'll run.
Okay. Let's see what we can put together. Let's see if we can get some shit that we can sell. Some shit, just get some people to donate.
Come
to
up
the
with
cause.
the damn Bench and Race logo and sell that shit.
At Herbie Cope.
We're 12 shows deep, and this son bitch ain't got a logo.
I'm not an artist. I'm the talent.
Bitch, I'm the talent.
No, you're not.
So what I'm saying is, you come up with at least half.
Are you challenging me?
Yeah, I mean, I'll match you.
So how much I got to come up with?
I don't know what I say. 55. Yeah. Hey, you come up with
$22.50.
We'll go $22.75. We'll give you a $3 grand. You come up. You get close, boy, and
You'll make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, either way, bitch. Let's run it.
All right, I got some ideas.
We'll put Twisted Tides on the side of the son bitch. I don't care.
So
I'll put
what
a portable
you're
screen printing on the side of that. I'll put True Roofing on the side of that. Hey, come on, True Roofing, Dwayne Parker.
So what you're saying is, hold on. So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying, hell yeah. No, if there's a chance, I'm in.
So what you're saying basically is if we
should have rehearsed this.
We come up with
it was what we should have done.
We didn't know we were going into this.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying I would like that a little bit better.
I'm trying to go to the Chili Bowl. Damn it.
I know you. Okay, so actually, hey, how about this, folks? Help fund me to drive the Chili Bowl so Brian can go. Is what we're at. Hey, you know what? If you pull this shit up, I'll run. Yeah, hell yeah. No, dude, I would love to. Obviously, I mean let's be serious.
So if I can pull half the money, I can have both my companies on the car.
Absolutely.
Does the $6 grand include the wrap?
Yeah, no, they'll put whatever.
Okay.
Hell yeah,
okay. So if I can do this, I want both my companies on the race car.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm in. If you can pull that, I can pull half. At least, I mean, dude, Chili Bowl is everybody wants in on it. I've got a number of great supporters who help me, and it's a marquee of. I mean, it's. People talk about Daytona 500, Indianapolis 500, whatever. As far as real grass racers go, there's no event outside Knoxville National that pull the type of talent or drivers or notoriety. Just the amount of people that come to the Chili Bowl, the world stops and everybody watches that.
Right.
Even if you aren't watching, you're checking the updates. I mean, everybody knows what's happening on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They know. Come Saturday, somebody's found a bootleg subscription. They found a way to check it. They try to find a way to watch it. You are.
You mean that one you texted to me last year?
Hey man, I ain't into all that. I'm just out here. Hey, people helping people. That's what, dude. I don't know why you're so dark on negativity and shit like that. I'm just saying, people know what's going on at that event. I would love to be a part of it. I really would. And you know me, shit. I'm trying to stop racing half of the time. Getting old, trying to do some other shit. But dude, there is no chance in my lifetime that I would ever not want to go to the Chili Bowl. I couldn't imagine it. I know that I've came to a point where I'm like, I don't really want to run a little 500. I know that I don't really want to run 50 times a year. I'd like to run 15, 20. If I only ran once a year and it was Chili Bowl, I'd be okay with that. Shout out Dylan Welch.
Yeah. Yeah. It will. Yeah. Well, You'd run once a year at Chili Bowl and get your fucking dick drug.
Dude, you could be in a Keith Coons car and get your dick drug. That's the beauty of Chili Bowl.
No, I get that.
Shit,
but
hell, I showed up the first year and never even fired him, damn midget, and was in the damn A main on my night. Like, so there. I mean, what are you talking about?
Let me say this. That whole little 500 shit that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother episode.
That race makes you want to smoke cigarettes. I'm just telling you right now. If I was going to smoke cigarettes, it'd be because of the little 500. I'm so sick of that damn. I love it, but it's like, God
no,
damn.
you hate it because you ain't want it.
I hate it because it's just oh.
You hate it because you ain't want it.
God, it's a beautiful.
You're 0 for 12.
That's right.
So keep trying.
No, I'm
20 years of trying. 20 years of frustration.
Yeah.
Troy DeCaire crosses the line to win the Payless Little 500.
I'm not really into that 30 for 30 episode. I'm just saying, I'd rather just go, hey, man, let's go run a Chili Bowl. Let's stick to that. That shit's great. Chili Bowl is like, being a part of that, I mean, that's something, man. I'm telling you, I've been a part of it. I've been part of the flag ceremony because one of the few guys to run the flag for Florida because not a lot of guys go. Do the deal, like, the Tulsa Expo Center. I mean, it's something, man. It's
well, let's do it. Let's put this shit together.
It's one of the biggest things I've ever been a part of, and I'll do. Hey, you know, for you, bro, like I do it anyways. But I'm just saying, like, I support this message. I do. Like, fuck it, let's run.
Let's do it.
Hey, you come up with half, I can make it happen.
All right. Is that? Do I smell a challenge?
You got a Troy DeCaire guarantee on that?
Okay. All right. So if you're going to challenge me to do this, I'm going to make this shit happen.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. So catch us at the Tulsa Expo Center. I don't know the days, but we're going to be there.
Probably the second, third week of January. Usually, it's the week before my birthday.
We out
hey,
here.
if you want to send some birthday cards a week or two early, come on. Like,
yeah. We'll be looking for a little bit of extra tire money. We need a little hotel money.
Nah, but if I was going to do it, I'd do it with a guy like Zach Dom. I got a few other teams I've been talking to, but like really, at this point, like if I was going to go back and run it for real, I'd like to run it with Zach. And like I said, it'd take about 55.6. It'd take about that.
Let's do it.
Let's run it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna cut this out of the show and post it as a clip.
I'm not part of editing the process.
It's gonna be our first ever clip. You're always like, we're gonna post clips. They'll do your download.
Well, I'm just saying, people like now. People like that shit fast.
They like now, even though we do an episode every fucking 6 weeks.
That's on you, dog. Anyway,
what the fuck is that on me?
All right, then. We're getting out of bounds here.
Yeah, we are. All right, so I guess we're going to the Chili Bowl. Maybe.
You say that shit.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'd like to thank Twisted Tides, Affordable Screen Printing, True Roofers, everybody for sending me to Chili Bowl. I really like to thank y'all for that. That shit is cool to me. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, we was going to launch a GoFundMe, but the hell with that. Thank you, Affordable Screen Printing. We'll go ahead and run. Whatever you see, son of a bitch, I'll block you. But it's okay. Either way, glad that we made another episode. Super proud of old Brooke Storer for coming on here doing her thing.
For sure.
Proud of her on and off the track. All the Florida racers love that shit when they come represent like that. Good luck to her in Montgomery this weekend.
And speaking of Florida racers, we got a guy next week. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet, but we do got a guy next week who is from Florida, but he's doing his thing in somewhere that's not Florida right now. And
he says somewhere is it worldwide.
He's worldwide.
No, yeah.
So and y'all, the listeners, are going to be proud of us because we've already got next week's show planned out.
That's right. Hey, and shout out to old Steven Nasty winning one of them up there in Nashville.
Yeah, he got him a guitar.
Yeah, he came on bench racing, got him a little confidence, went up there and won in Nashville.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you could have won the guitar without the confidence that you built in reliving old memories and rehashing things here on bench racing.
It's science.
Yeah, it's science.
Don't argue with it.
At this point, I mean, you come on this show, you win. Look at Michael Goddard, Stephen Nassy. I mean, it's just the list goes on. I mean,
it's just
Brooke Storer might win tomorrow in Montgomery.
She probably did. The Mayans predicted that shit.
Yeah, I think they did.
That's how
A
it goes.
calendar deal.
But dude, hey, for real, we're going to try real hard to keep going next week, and hopefully make this at least weekly, bi-weekly. I don't know why you laughing right now.
No, I'm laughing because we've literally already got next week's guest lined up. We got the day lined up, and the time, and the topics.
Run it. Well, y'all are welcome.
All right, listen, if y'all want to support this Chili Bowl fund, holla at your boy.
Hey, you all are, Brian. Don't worry about it. Don't contact me.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Until he gets to half, I don't even want to talk about it.
this bitch here.
There's a lot of shit going on. But hey, appreciate y'all sticking with us. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Everybody who came up to me at Citrus County talked about all their favorite episodes. Want to know when gonna film another one? I need to hear another one.
Yeah,
I need to hear another one.
Episode 8's my favorite.
Dude, that's your boy who you want to connect. That shit's great.
Yeah,
I love that. Like I said, I had no idea y'all watch. I love that you guys keep
shout out Ed McKenzie. And my boy Ed McKenzie, real quick before we end this show, Ed said, when I need to get something done in the shop, I shit you not, he said this to me 2 or 3 times. He said, when I need to get something done in the shop, I pull up episode 8. He said, that shit just makes me want to get out there and work on my race car.
He said it's like the Rocky theme. I was like, hey, man. I was like, dude, I was drinking when I said that.
Well, hell, Rick, you can be 3rd, 4th, you can be 5th.
Hey. But, hey, everybody out there who's got the sickness. Got go-kart, hobby stop, front wheel drive, figure 8. If you out there in the sock race at your local skating rink, doing what, hey, you got this, you be the baddest bitch you could be.
If you got the what?
The sickness. You just got to make sure they got to deal with you and make them deal with you. Hey, and if Brian comes up with half, they're going to have to deal with us in January. And, hey, maybe only for a heat race. But they're gonna have to deal. Hey,
maybe only for a flip cup game.
But we're gonna be there.
They're gonna have to deal with us.
Hey, you put that money up, Danforth. I'll be there. He tossed that shit.
All right, we're gonna see what we can do.
All right, then.
It's getting too late.
It is. Hey,
you got kids, boy.
Boy, I got kids, man. All right, then. Hey,
see y'all. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we love y'all.